We'll be playing blue-black tempo today. So this is just a standard tempo list with new MH3 creatures, Frog, Nethergoyf, Tamiyo, and we're also playing a singular Chthonian Nightmare. This makes the control matchups very good. Just in case the games go long, you're more likely to find the one of Chthonian Nightmare to get back Lurrus if it dies. A one of Toxic Deluge just in case we run into Boros or any go wide decks. So what this replaced is the Shieldred's Edict I had in my previous list. So basically, it basically does the same. It's a catch-all removal, but it's a sweeper now since Boros mid-range is taking over the ladder. I think the deck to beat right now is Boros Energy, and you should be main decking a sweeper if you're not an aggro deck. Well, if you're an aggro deck, you probably lose to energy. The best aggro deck is energy, so if you want to play aggro, you should be playing energy instead. But if you're playing tempo decks, deluge comes in handy. And you have to play a semi-control plan since they have a lot of good value creatures like Ajani or even the amulet that's hard to answer without counter magic. That's why we're closer to control than being an actual beatdown deck. So I like Deluge here since this is a tier 3 body and you can actually flip this before casting Toxic Deluge. These two scales in the late game, you can make this a little bit bigger than the opponent's creatures so that this becomes a one-sided sweeper. And notably, we removed the Soren's Ransom as card advantage because I think Frog and Treasure Cruise is enough. Ransom felt really slow, especially where there's a lot of Boros mid-range decks, Boros Energy, and I like this list a lot since it can run two Mystic Sanctuaries. We have a couple of utility lands. I kind of count this as a land. Sink into Stupor just answers a lot of problematic permanents. Sometimes you can answer a Rest in Peace with this one. Revealed is a dual purpose card. Sometimes you just get to draw 3 cards. Sometimes you play this as a tap land. We also have a singular Cling to Dust here. This answers things like Page. If you encounter any scam decks, this could answer a Reanimate. As for the sideboard, we have 2 more sweepers here, Toxic Deluge and Meathoof Massacre. Meathoof Massacre works with Lurrus, and this pads your life total a bit if you get to kill a lot of creatures on the opponent side. And one thing to note here is we're not playing Death Shadow, so we are free to play life gain like Cling to Dust or Meathoof Massacre without having that problem. We have Cluster Storm for the control and show and tell matchups. Thoughtseize fulfills the same role. This checks for any removal spell or problematic cards that may be on the opponent's hand. This clears the way for Tamiyo or Frog usually. Aethergust is for the Titan matchup. This could also be brought in into show and tell just as an insurance against a resolved Atraxa. Sometimes you can just gust a... I'm forgetting the green black tutor. Assemble the something. Filigree Silex is for the Titan matchup. It also clears tokens, so you can also bring this in against energy decks since they have a lot of one drops. Surgical Extraction for scam or for graveyard centric decks. Vexing Bauble is for scam and show and tell. It also works against that new Woodlands combo. Test of Talents is for show and tell and the control matchups. Disruptor Flute. This card is really, really good. So this has flash and you can choose a card name. You can tax that card to have 3 more to cast, and the activated abilities of that card can't be activated unless they're mana abilities. So this has a lot of utility. You can actually bring it in against Show and Tell. You can bring it in against the Woodlands combo. You can bring this in against a Necropotence deck. You could even bring this in against the Energy deck. You could name a Planeswalker with this one. Or you could name Flage if you want, since they won't really be casting Flage for 6 mana. As for the land count, we have 18 lands here. 18, 19, 20, technically 20. Well, let's count the tap lands first. So we have 2, 4, we have 4 tap lands here in our 20 land deck. So this might be a bit low for some people, so feel free to change up the mana base. I think if you make a cut, you could probably cut down on some frog, or maybe you want to remove the cute one-offs to have another land. But so far, this has been working for me. Anyway, let's play some matches. Blue-black tempo. We're going to play first. Opponent doesn't have a companion, so it could be anything. Before, it used to be, it's always show and tell. But since MHG released, that isn't the case anymore. It's harder to read what the opponents are playing now. Once upon a time could indicate Titan. That still could indicate Titan, but with a blue splash. Let's attack in. Let's brainstorm now. I don't think they are going to do something on turn 3 or turn 2. I guess I should have played the surveil land. Bro. They returned the forest instead of the colony garden. That tells me that they don't have any other land, because they want an untapped land on 4. Which means I need to hold up. Need to hold up 2 interaction spells here. Push to get 4. Huh. Primeval Titan. Didn't realize they could already cast Titan. They are probably going to fetch Bojo Kabal, Cavern of Souls, naming Giant. Giant. Huh. That's great. Let's just play the frog here. I don't think we can win this. But let's try to see what their deck looks like. They're playing a blue splash. Let's take this. What's our out here? I think we have one Toxic Deluge. We could draw into that. Three, 5, 6. Alright, let's draw to our outs here. Let's discard. 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 Right. For this matchup, we want the Aether Gusts, Filigree Silex. Cling to Dust is fine, I guess. Push comes out, Bowmasters is out, Nightmare is out, Thoughtseize in, Deluge in. Do I want to flute? I guess flute won't do much for me. But I guess since they're playing Oro, Bowmasters is fine. Yep, let's try this one. I'm tempted to bring surgical extractions, but that doesn't really do anything unless I counter the first Titan. I guess this is... I think this is slow since we only have drawn in the Loch. This hand is unkeepable. This is better. Let's try this. I'm just going to rush Tamiyo here.
Curious. I must investigate this scroll further.
Frog is perfect. I guess I don't have to flip Tamiyo yet. I'm not sure why they led with Field of the Dead. I think we try to flip it here. Okay. We're going to keep the other one on top.
This is not just a
Discard
battle of
this.
art, but of ideas.
Discard this. Now they won't be able to
Respect the library.
play. Ah, what's that? What the heck? Oh, they're in Nadu deck.
Use your words.
Let's stay on defense now since they have an upcoming Nadu. That's a bit of a concern.
Violence is not the answer.
They're going to make the same play. We do the Aether Gust again. We discard this one. We block. Discard the Delta. Ultimate Tamiyo next turn and win.
The history of the multiverse is at my fingertips.
Perfect. Now we just have to discard a bunch of cards. Okay. So they're a Nadu deck. That kind of changes things. I guess I don't want the Bowmasters now. And I want Fatal Push instead. Let's try this. Okay, this is a pretty decent hand for on the draw. One land with Bauble. So we are going to play Nethergoyf no matter what. But we still have Brainstorm. Find the second lands. It does become a problem if they, for example, play Nadu. If that's the case, let's just check what they're drawing next. Another Foothills. Let's just play the Nethergoyf. So I have a bad feeling that we are going to sweep ourselves with Deluge. In case they have Nadu on here. Okay, Spelunking. Land. Let's try to look for a land. Okay, there's the land. I guess we don't want the mana drain and the drawn. If they have Veil of Summer here, we're dead. Okay, endurance. Take that. That's annoying. Do I play around them top decking a Titan? Guess we should just brainstorm now. Okay. Let's check if it's safe to deploy the frog. It's probably safe. Alright, thank God. Now what do we need? I think we just attack here. Probably discarding Deluge and drown here. We're going for either gust. Sentinel. Not sure if I care about that. Alright, I guess I'll do this. Let's get this. Either gust. That's perfect. Let's draw into the either gust. Okay, Grazer. They're dead. Nice. Let's play first. We're up against someone with no companion. I guess this is a capable hand. Hopefully they're not on a combo deck. We could check out what they're playing. Spire Bluff. Maybe it's Wizards.
Oh no! I'm late for class!
I'm just going to push this. I'm going to play Tamiyo here. Since if they spend their turn removing Tamiyo, it gained me a lot of tempo already. Okay, except if they had another Tamiyo. Now we have to find another removal spell. I guess Mana Drain is fine. Oh, okay. We could Bowmaster in response if they try anything here. Let's just pass the turn. They have white. Let's fetch for an island. Fetch for a push. I am not going to push this yet. Let's do it in their upkeep. That resolved really fast. Let's get the Lurrus. They're stumbling on mana here. So we could be in a pretty good spot. We're going to pass this turn. Let's try to resolve Bowmasters here. Could try to resolve it twice. Okay. Plage. That's fine. Okay, that's ballsy. We're going for face. I'm just gonna use it. Flame of Honor. Let's mana drain this. Nice. So for this match up against Jeskai control, we win. Let's play first. This is a decent hand. We're on the blind. We're just going to survey land here. Okay. Does that mean they're affinity? Maybe. I think we just run this out. I don't see any potential threats yet. We can make it outgrow a bolt if needed. Okay, they're going to basic check me. Or not. Okay, it's that. So, I'm getting an island. Let's just push this. Let's discard a Bowmaster. That's unfortunate. We drew into another basic. I guess this is worthy of getting mana drained. I don't think we grow the frog here. They have a stifle. Maybe we could play Nethergoyf here. Let's not play into the stifle. Not really sure what we're up against. But I guess Thoughtseize comes in. Let's keep a deluge here. Maybe we should cut some baubles. Yeah, maybe it's just some baubles. We're just going to Thoughtseize on one. We saw stifle, so we're not going to do anything. Let's just pass. Now we can Thoughtseize. Alright, that's fine. You have Page, Stifle, Bolt. I guess we take the alteration. I don't think I care about getting stifled here. The Flage is kinda scary. I guess it's fine to play out the Tamiyo here.
Perhaps there are more useful texts
Let's see
down
if
on the surface.
they bolt this one. Now we're going to Undercity Sewers here. I don't want another bubble. Psychic Frog. We're going to mana drain the Flage here, so that we can Solitude Hub. I guess that's worth mana draining for. They really want to kill the frog. Alright. This is the power of Lurrus. The massive tempo swing. I'm not sure why they didn't keep Plage. Dancing wildfire. Sure, I guess. Nice. They're going first. This is a good hand. We have Ragavan for control. Totsy's probably getting Brainstorm. Now we can play
This is an
Bauble.
interesting story.
This threatens a flip on Tamiyo. So it's better for them to double spell here. Hedge Mage. Maze. That tells me they are on show and tell. Are they going to go for it? I didn't flip Tamiyo there to threaten a counter spell here. Tutor. I think it's better to draw here. Perfect. Have the Brainstorm.
In the right hand, not violence is not the answer.
It's shock. We aren't getting any counter spells. Looks like they are just jamming here. Man, we're one short. So close. See what they get. So they can mastermind. Bro. Alright. So for show and tell, we want Totsy's Test of Talents, Surgical Extraction, Cluster Storm, Vexing Bauble, Loot probably, take out the push, the Nightmare, Deluge, a couple of Baubles, Let's also take out a frog. I think that's it. Maybe one more frog or Aether Gust, just in case they resolve on Antraxa. Frog doesn't allow me to hold mana up. This hand has no interaction, so we mull. This hand doesn't have mana. This is better. I guess Tamiyo goes away. Let's see if we can perform a turn 1 win here. Do they have alternatives? He brought in Leyline. Okay. Let's just look for a threat now. A threat is found. Let's not craft the Bauble. I don't want the island. Now we can craft the Bauble. We're getting movement. Okay. Let's just get surgical extraction. I didn't see a shifting woodlands there, but I think that's the only way we lose this one. Not really sure what they're looking in there for. 4, 6. There goes the hard cast on me. Okay. This is a good hand. Since they played a tap land, we're going to start with Thoughtseize. I wonder what that is. Mystic Sanctuary. Let's just top seed. I guess we take the Veil of Summer. Let's hold up a Test of Talents for this turn. I want to counter the Lórien Revealed. And let's check out their next draw. Another land. We should be safe. Yep, we have enough time to fetch a Mystic Sanctuary. Let's fetch a Mystic Sanctuary, getting Test of Talents. Should have gotten the Lurrus. Nice. Let's play first. This is a fine hand in the blind. Don't have any idea what they're running. Let's just fix our draw here. Do I want another land? I probably don't want another land. Let's just play a tap land here. Alright. We got another land. Looks like this is energy. Let's see what could they do next turn. I think we just play out frog here. Not Bowmasters. It probably gets swords. I think that's fine. There is no need to fetch here. Tamiyo is a good one, but let's just run her out. We want to be able to treasure tools.
Perhaps there are more useful texts down on the surface.
They could play their own Tamiyo and then okay. Now we can just Bowmasters here. If they counter this one, we can Treasure Cruise. Let's leave the Bauble here. Alright. Unstable amulet. This probably is a hard matchup for us. Looks like they're on hard control. I don't really fault anyone for playing hard control nowadays. The best deck right now is Boros Energy. That means a lot of people are playing sweepers. Just pass here. Brainstorm. Let's try to Orcish Bowmasters now. They're probably going to try to sweep Solitude. Okay. That is unexpected. If I had the counter spell, I probably would win this match. Let's play this tapped. He can replay the page. Let's play the Nightmare out. That resolved too easily. Let's go for a... Okay. My only concern here is this Flage. Now I have to think of sideboard strategies here. Okay. Back for 6. They have another rat. Okay. Orcish Bowmaster is nice. Try to counter this. They want the flip. Let's see. Let's check what they're drawing. 8 free.
Oh, I stayed up too late reading.
I think we have to
Again.
draw into a counter spell here.
I hope you don't mind if I take notes. Think before you act.
Okay. Let's play the Tamiyo out.
Is there a deeper meaning to this passage?
Let's mana drain that.
You'll thank me later. Don't worry, I got this.
Let's check what they're drawing first. A Triumph. That means let's get the mana drain.
Use the past to plan for the future.
That should be enough for anything. Against their deck, we want Thoughtseize. Deluge comes out. Flusterstorm maybe comes in. Test of Talents. Yeah, I guess we bring in Flusterstorm. Some bubbles out. Hmm. I guess one more bubble. This should be fine. Alright, this is a pretty great hand. Let's lead with a Thoughtseize here. Okay, they have Surgical. It might be just Brainstorm. Curse is pretty good against us. Play that now. Let's try to Brainstorm. We're going to play Frog. Yes, we do this then. I'm not sure why I have Fatal Push. Probably should have brought them out. Okay. Another Brainstorm. Let's play Tamiyo. Okay, that gets managing. They have to blank on a land here. Hmm. I guess we're going to go with the Pairders beatdown plan. Okay, that sticks. Let's just pass. 3, 5. Let's play a frog. Lurrus is so busted. They can't even respond to the frog. Legion. Let's go for the win here. Nice games. And we're back. So, what do I think of the deck? I think this creature base is pretty good. I don't think you want to cut on the Nethergoyfs, the Tamiyos, the Bowmasters, the Frog. I think this Chthonian Nightmare might be an auto-include if you are playing Bowmasters and Lurrus. There's just too much value in this card, and they basically have to board in hard graveyard hate against you to beat this card and Lurrus. So this is pretty much graveyard hate proof because only have 5, 8. I guess this also counts. You still have alternatives. You can win games by playing these cards instead. The frog goes a long way. Nethergoyf becomes a liability against decks with hard graveyard hate. So I can see this going away post board, but I'm not really sure. Deluge, this has been overperforming for me. So against Boros decks, this is essential, but you do take a bit more damage, so you have to be conservative with how you fetch. But since we're not a shadow deck, we have lots more life total to work with. The treasure cruise is fine. I don't think this should be dig through time since we are also playing Frog and Tamiyo. So drawing 3 cards is relevant since more cards means more cards to discard with Frog. Drawing 3 cards flips Tamiyo. You do get a bit weaker against Orcish Bowmasters, but there isn't really a lot of people playing Bowmasters now. Most lists going around are mostly in Jeskai colors, Boros. Don't really see that much black cards anymore. I had this experimental deck, which is a which is basically the same deck but is more aggressively slanted, as you can see. So we have Stubborn Denial here, and instead of Tamiyo, we're playing Shadow Nethergoyf Frog. No Bowmasters here. We're maximizing on removal spells, Thoughtseize as interaction. So basically we have a lot of 1 mana interaction spells and a Temur Battle Rage to end games quickly. And for card advantage, we even have only 2 treasure cruise to refill our hand since this also counts as card advantage. And the land base is pretty straightforward here, 20 lands if you count these two. Fel the Profane is actually a pretty good MDFC. It can destroy a lot of the outliers that the removal can kill, but also Deluge. This can also hit a lot of creatures that get missed by Fatal Push and Lightning Bolt. And yeah, you steal a lot of games playing Team or Battle Rage and Death Shadow. But unfortunately, this deck dies to Swords to Plowshares, Solitude. A lot of those are being played by Boros aggro. And Boros aggro can also just burn you out using Flage. So Shadow isn't really that great anymore. This card has been mostly replaced by Nethergoyf and the Frog. And by not having to take so much damage, and since you're not taking a lot of self damage, you have a lot more life to work with. But again, I think you should play control decks if you don't want to play Boros energy. Otherwise, if you want mid-range or aggressive strategies, there's no point in trying to beat Boros energy since there are more efficient decks than the old mid-rangey decks. All of the cheap MHG creatures outscaled the previous creatures that we were playing. So Shadow is obsolete now. It was replaced by Nethergoyf or Guide of Souls, depending on what color you are. Ragavan still sees play, but it's mostly just removal fodder. A lot of the cards that Boros Energy plays has built-in 2/401s in them. So playing a mid-range deck like this, where you have a creature like Death Shadow or even Tarmogoyf, which is just a big beater, doesn't do enough anymore. Your cards have to be good and aggressive at the same time is a built-in 2/401 by itself. So for example, here, Psychic Frog this can snowball you the game by itself. Nethergoyf has the escape ability, so this isn't really a one for one if you spend removal on it. A lot of these MHC cards are just pushed. So if you want a mid-range strategy, you should probably look into playing the new MHG cards in your mid-range deck, which means you probably have to go the energy route. Even black-based energy, you have Chthonian Nightmare. This actually pairs well with another busted card, Orcish Bowmasters. So this is not in MH3 card, but it's still busted. Anyway, that's it for now. Thank you for watching. See you in the next one.